Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Hidden Pockets podcast episode. If you remember me, I'm David Toro, and we're here with our special guest Spencer, and we're brought back with Chris and Carlos. Unfortunately, Daniel's presence is missed. He tragically passed away.
He just went to work.
I'm just joking. No, he just has a lot of work, and George will be back next month. But in the meantime, Carlos will still be stepping in for him. So Spencer, please tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, hi guys. I'm happy to be here. Thanks so much for having me on your show. I'm Spencer Adolphson. I'm going to be a sophomore here at BYU in the fall. I'm from Maine originally, so not really a Utahn, but I'm from the East Coast. And frankly, I'm just kind of here for the summer working. I'm working as a reporter right now and just trying to take some classes. Kind of just living life, trying to do the best I can as a student, trying to make friends and trying to just put myself out there, figure out my life a little bit. So that's me right now. But like I said, happy to be here and excited to talk with y'all.
We're glad to have you. So one of our topics today will be summer memories from past summers, from summers long, long ago. Personally, I've don't necessarily like summer too much because it's too hot, but I do enjoy the activities that go on during summertime, such as going to water parks whenever money was available, or on rare occasions we would go up to Lagoon, which is like Six Flags of Utah, basically. It's Utah's oldest family-owned amusement park. Been here since the 1880s, but it's got wonderful rides such as the roller coaster and the carousel and Primordial, which is a new one that came out a few years ago. Also, the rocket's very fun, getting shot up into the air and then plummeting to the ground. The Ferris wheels are very nice to ride, the bumper cars, the aerial tramway. It's a very nice park to visit if you're here in Utah.
Will you join my winter crusade, Carlos?
The time has come. Execute Order 66.
Regardless, though, summer does bring about a lot of good memories. You're talking about Lagoon, and in the East Coast, we have a Six Flags there called Six Flags Great Adventure, and it's probably, in my opinion, the greatest amusement park in the world. Because you have all these great rides. For example, there's a ride called El Toro.
El Toro?
Yes, El Toro.
That's awesome.
Which is a wooden roller coaster that's like really fast, and there's a lot of twists and turns here and there. And overall, it's a good time. I mean, it twists so fast, you might want to be careful that you don't get hurt. And then we used to have the tallest roller coaster in the world, King the Ka, which I went on, thankfully, before they demolished it earlier this year, where they would shoot you straight to the top. You would go really fast. I think speed-wise, it's more than 100 miles per hour. And then you'll fall straight right back down.
Some of the ride stuff you guys were saying reminded me of some of these amusement parks I used to go to. Most famously, there's like Disney World. I've never been to Disneyland, but I've been to Disney World. I've been to Universal, but there are also other ones like SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, I'm forgetting one. Aquatica, I think it was called. But like, those different amusement parks, like I confess, the only park that I rode everything on was actually Disney World, whereas every
How?
other, huh?
Wow.
How? There's so many rides there.
there's a
He used
ton.
his legs.
Okay. Yeah, I used my legs. But the how is my mom used to work at Disney, so she would get like different different free passes or something like that we could go into the park. Not however many times we want, but like often. And I was able to ride pretty much everything in Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot. But the only park I didn't ride everything was Hollywood Studios. That one I have yet to ride the Tower of Terror.
Ha, I knew your statement was a lie. I bet you haven't I bet you haven't been on the new Tron ride either.
The Neutron ride. Well, if it's anything new that prior to 2018, I haven't been on any of those. but yeah, I'm more fond of Busch Gardens and Universal specifically because it's very I guess very adventurous, and it varies on different themes that it has.
Yeah.
Even though there was this ride that scared the heck out of me called Shikra, and this one, like, it's very tall, and it just like pauses right before the fall, and that part always scared me to even look at, and I can't even bring myself to ride it to this day, because I have a fear of heights and a fear of roller coasters, at least before riding them, but like, watching those people just dangle up there before it drops, I'm just like, I can't do that. That's too much.
Yeah.
Some of the rides, because at Lagoon, there are quite a few rides. It is a very, like I said, it's a very nice amusement park. But some of the rides that have left us this decade are the log ride, which used to be a really
I
fun
heard
log
about
ride.
the log ride.
Yeah, that one used to be at another amusement park
Yeah.
from like the 70s or so, and it got moved there, but it's gone now. And then the cliff, I don't remember what it was called, but they call it the cliff something. But I remember going on it once. It was a water ride, so it would like spray you with water as it like swung you overhead, upside down, and stuff like that. Some of the fun rides that I've enjoyed going on there are Colossus the Fire Dragon, the Spider, what's it called? Wild Mouse. I bet Maine also has some pretty interesting.
All Maine has is Stephen King.
Maine doesn't actually have that many, which is unfortunate because I really wish that we had more theme parks. There was one that I went to, I think I must have been about 10. I couldn't have been much older than that. It was like a school trip, and it was called Fun Town. And it was fine, but I mean, come on. It wasn't like creative. It wasn't anything out of the norm. It was kind of just your basic theme park. I don't really remember anything that special about it. But the best experience I've had with a theme park is actually something local. I'm in my town is called Cumberland, and every year in September, we have something called the Cumberland Fair. And this fair comes into town. All these rides go up in this field. I don't know what they use it for. It's like a horse racing track or something normally. But they put up this big fair with food and everything. It's just for people in the community. And they had some good rides there. They had one, it wasn't anything crazy, but I think it was called the Rock and Roll. It literally just spins you in a circle the whole time, but it goes freaking fast. You feel like you're about to fly right off the side, right out into the crowd. And just blasting like 80s music. They have some bigger ones. They have one called a Sledgehammer, which I'm sure you guys have seen something similar. But you're in kind of like a hammer-shaped thing. And it swings you up way back, and then it drops, and it swings to the other side like a pendulum. And it just keeps going back and forth. So they have some good ones there. But I gotta say, I haven't really been to any big theme parks yet. That's something on the bucket list I still need to check off.
Well, I certainly recommend Lagoon.
Yeah,
Hey, maybe your coworkers could get you into Lagoon.
maybe. Maybe.
No. Yeah, amusement parks in the U.S. are usually safe, but have you ever tried? Actually, no. Have you ever gone to an amusement park in like Latin America or those countries?
No.
No.
If you do, then lower your expectations for safety because it's not really there, and like the technology and like the safety mechanics and whatnot, they're like old, beat up. Can't trust your own safety. But then there's also rides there that straight up wouldn't pass safety inspection in the U.S. because there's this one ride that I went on when I was in Costa Rica. It's called like the Tacacon, and it's like an earthquake simulator. Like
Oh gosh.
no seatbelts. All you have to protect yourself are these rails.
No way.
And yeah, and I thought that like, it was just gonna be kind of like tame, casual, just shaking a little bit, but nothing too terrible to the point where you're getting thrown off the ride. But what I got instead was like a ride that was like violently shaking like every couple seconds, and like people are literally like getting thrown off the ride.
Oh my god.
Okay, not literally like getting thrown off the mechanic, but people are literally flung out their seats and into the floor, all while the ride is still shaking, so they have to quickly get back up and grab the rails. And I was like grabbing onto the rails for like the longest time. My arms were sore by the end of the experience. Daniel actually he got like slightly injured, but like not terribly injured. But yeah, he did get hurt from that ride. Almost fine. And my cousin who told us to go on that ride, he's apparently been on it like 3 times or more. I don't know how he does it, but by the end of that experience, I just went to my cousin just like, I am not doing that again.
You know, I once had a friend that excuse me. I once had a friend that accompanied me to Hollywood Studios, and there's this ride called the Rock and Roller Coaster by Aerosmith.
Rip. It's getting replaced by a Muppets version of that ride.
Gosh, that's so cringe.
Anyways, but that's my favorite ride next to Star Tours, you know. And so my best friend, he accompanied me to Aerosmith, and we were like getting all hyped up. Now the thing is, prior to this, he hadn't ridden Aerosmith before, so but he knows of the band, so he was like pretty hyped up about it. And the thing about Aerosmith is that before the ride actually starts, you know, it maneuvers you to a corner where it will slingshot you straight into the ride. Like it counts down with the voice of Aerosmith going like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're just in an immediate half loop, and you're like it feels like you're being launched into space. Like it's crazy. But like as we're going there, you know, my best friend, he sees, because like you can see it happening before you get in the ride. I mean, he sees it happening. He's like, it's not that bad. These people are freaking out for no reason. And then he gets on the ride, and he's sitting next to me, and I'm just like, bro, I knowing you're gonna scream. And then he's like, okay, I'm feeling the pressure as he's being pulled back. He's like, okay, David, I don't think it's gonna be that bad, but do you think it'll be that bad? I'm like, bro, I've ridden this like a million times already.
Yeah.
It's gonna be intense. And then the countdown happens, and he's like, it's not gonna be. And then when the ride was over, he was like, oh, my heart. Let's go again.
Amusement park rides are fun and all, David, and everyone else here. But sometimes we need to take a break from all the high thrills and excitement that comes from amusement park rides. And so one of the ways that I relax after such event is, well, actually I don't really do this very often, but it's a common summer. Let's do that again. And so one of the ways that many people, I myself included, like to relax after going on many rides is by eating ice cream. And burgers and hot dogs and that kind of stuff. But for the sake of this episode, we'll just exclusively focus on ice cream, because one of the things that we were discussing is, because one of the things that all of us thought about before we filmed this episode was ice cream combos. And what would be the best and the worst ice cream combos to have on a good summer's day? And in my devious mind, I thought about ice cream, or I thought about a pineapple pizza ice cream flavor.
Oh, that sounds so disgusting.
That sounds very gross.
I don't think pizza flavor would be good for an ice cream.
No.
But go on, Chris. Tell us about your horrifying concoction.
And so, if I were to ever make that, which, spoiler, I will not ever make that, because, as you said, Carlos, it just sounds plain gross. I would put like a cheese on it. I would put marinara sauce on the ice cream. Maybe some pepperoni for good measure. and then to top it all off, I put pineapple. And then I will serve it to someone and be like, voila.
Disgusting!
So like,
Enjoy.
would it be like a pineapple ice cream base, and then you just put like pepperoni and cheese on top of that, as like if you were to put like sprinkles and stuff on it, or?
Well, Carlos, we're not putting sprinkles. We're putting marinara
No,
sauce.
I'm saying that like, because obviously like on regular ice cream you'd normally put like chocolate sauce or like sprinkles, right?
Yeah.
So would this concoction, would you be like a scoop of pineapple ice cream and then you'd put like cheese and pepperoni and marinara sauce on top? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
You know what? I think
I was actually thinking about like a vanilla base, and then you just put like cheese and marinara, and like actual pineapple fruits.
Oh my God.
Well, what if you took a different ice cream base, put pineapple chunks in it, or maybe put pineapple slices on top? Then you could use you could almost use like a tomato sorbet, and it would be a little bit sweet, and it'd be good. It'd be kind of like the sauce.
Huh.
And then you could kind of put a little. I mean, ice cream's dairy, cheese is dairy. You know,
Mhm.
they're related in a way. So you could kind of use that, maybe a vanilla base. I think you could make it work. And a little bit of pepperoni might even add a little bit of savory something to it. It might be good.
I think it might work.
You know
Got-
what? Why don't we try it sometime, boys?
No.
We gotta try this sometime.
Guys,
It
do
may
you
sound disgusting, but now it sounds. I'm curious.
don't
Here's,
think
here's
it'd
a
be that
question
bad.
to the audience. Should we make a video where we try out this concoction of ice cream pineapple pizza sundae?
Disgusting!
If this happens, I'm gonna just buy my own chocolate ice cream. I'm not gonna try it out at all.
Well, David, you signed up for this.
Dang it. He's got me on contract, boys.
I got all of you on contract. Just kidding. Except Spencer, he's a free agent.
I'm just here. Yeah.
But but in terms of ice cream combos that are actually eatable, and actually good, chocolate and vanilla never fails. So does cookies and cream.
Oh yeah.
I actually, and this is serious, I love bubblegum ice cream. That's my favorite
I
flavor.
used to like that when I was a kid.
I still like it. There's one place. So by my house, there's a state park. It's called Two Lights, and it's called that because there's a rocky coastline out to the Atlantic Ocean, and then there's one lighthouse on both sides of you. And so you just have this nice little walk, and you can see the waves crashing up. And I love going there. And one of the best parts about it is that right outside the park is a little ice cream place. I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but they sell this bubblegum ice cream, and it comes out in it's pink. It's in this dish. And it has these little bubblegum chunks in it. And it's like kind of it's like a good, like creamy, rich consistency. And I really love the flavor. It's my favorite kind of ice cream anybody could ever buy me is that bubblegum ice cream from that little place by the coast. And it just, something about it just sticks to me. It speaks to me, you know?
I don't know if this is considered ice cream or not, but Dole Whip, which is another great summer treat, is also really good.
You know what has the best Dole Whip? Sorry, you know what place has the best Dole Whip? The Cannon Center. Their pineapple
Really?
Dole Whip is to die for.
Yeah, that they have the best Dole Whip for sure.
I haven't tried it.
Maybe we
It's
should try it
bomb.
afterwards.
It's so
Yeah.
gas, man.
But you know what's even better, Carlos?
What?
When you combine that with the raspberry Dole, when you combine the raspberry and the lemon Dole Whip together, then it creates a combo straight out of heaven.
You know what? I'm gonna have to try that next time I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's a deadly concoction, Spencer?
Also, the Cannon Center is at BYU.
I don't know. I don't want to think of something bad that I wouldn't eat, but something abnormal that I might try, kind of like the pineapple pizza. This is already a thing, but what's your guys' opinion on like a peanut butter jelly ice cream? You guys had that before?
No.
Spencer,
It's
I can't have it because if I do, I die.
Oh,
Are you allergic to peanuts?
Yep.
Oh
that's
shoot.
unfortunate.
Both of y'all getting tombstones.
That's one
I
that
didn't even
know
say
is
the word,
heavily
David.
debated
You
because I
did.
know-
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Sorry, what did you say, Spencer?
Well, I was gonna say it's heavily debated. Some people really like it, others don't. But you can buy it where it's half peanut. Well, it's peanut butter with like jelly swirls through it, and then it has little like pieces of dough in it, so kind of simulating a sandwich.
Huh.
Some people think it's really gross. I think it's pretty good, actually.
I've never heard of that, but I've heard of peanut butter and jelly burgers. Those are pretty good.
That might be good.
So one of my favorite flavor in ice cream. This is gonna be very simple, but you can't go wrong with a nice big old scoop of vanilla ice cream. I love vanilla ice cream. But I also like chocolate ice cream on occasions, and there's also this one place called the Founding Fathers. Not they're not sponsoring or anything, but they have this very good ice cream called Give Me Chocolate or Give Me Death. I know it's David's favorite there, but
Heck yeah.
but I love it. I get it every single time that we go there. It certainly beats the vanilla when it comes to that ice cream shop. But
Also, the vanilla over there is like black or
that's
blue
right.
or something like
It
that.
looks black. They
Yeah.
dye the vanilla ice cream black. It's kind of weird, but I think a disgusting. Okay, so one of the more disgusting ice cream combos I've personally tried is chocolate with pistachios.
Ew.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I did not like that. I'm like, this tastes so gross. I'm like, I cannot eat this.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
Look, I love pistachios, but I would never do that with ice cream. No.
Oh, one of our.
Oh, my mom actually likes pistachios on her ice cream.
I know because Moses, David, he works at that one ice cream company and stuff like that. He told me one of the least popular ones that they did was like honey. What was it? Honey and some kind of like flower flavor or something like that. But that one didn't do very well. But I think a disgusting combo that would not go well together would be like a wasabi and I guess wasabi and vanilla. I feel like that would be horrible.
Where did you come up with that, Carlos? That is diabolical right there.
Cars 2.
Because you thought it was pistachio.
Oh, gosh.
My mom likes pistachio ice cream a lot too. I think it's like popular with older women, but I don't really care for it. I just know a lot of moms that like pistachio ice cream, but like I don't, and I don't think a lot of other people do. It's like a mom thing. You know?
And also, another activity that's fun to do while eating ice cream is watching television. And TV has a lot of great shows. Obviously, nowadays, it's not the traditional cable television. Things are a lot more modern nowadays. Here in 2025, people stream TV nowadays. You can do it whenever, wherever. You know the deal. But one of my favorite shows that I watch is Rick and Morty, and right now they're on their 8th season. But Rick and Morty is a pretty incredible, fun sci-fi show. It mixes a lot of pop culture in and stuff like that. Another good show is Family Guy and American Dad. Those are a few of my favorite shows. And even though Family Guy's kind of gone downhill a little, it's still fun to watch, especially its earlier seasons. SpongeBob, you can't go wrong with SpongeBob, especially OG SpongeBob. You people out there know what I'm talking about. It's certainly has inspired tons of memes, and that's one of the reasons why SpongeBob is so well remembered too.
I was never allowed to watch SpongeBob as a kid. My mom never let me do it.
Same.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really caught on to SpongeBob. Like, I see it like on Instagram, right? Like in the memes and whatever. But like, honestly, I don't really get the appeal. Like, I never thought it was that good. I
You
know
and me
that's a
both.
really hot take because everybody seems to love it, but
Haters.
it was just never my thing, you know. Like,
You're a
I
goof-
never grew up watching SpongeBob.
You're a goofy goober. Actually, no. What is that place? Oh, Weenie Hut Jr.
Weenie Hut Jr.
Yeah.
But what are some television shows you did watch though?
I don't really watch TV anymore. But something that I do really like that I'll watch on occasion. It's an old show, but I love Seinfeld.
Ooh,
guys have seen
that
that?
is
Oh,
pretty
Seinfeld's
good.
such
I
a
like
great
a good
show.
comedy show. That's definitely if I'm gonna pick a TV show, I'm gonna pick like something funny.
sitcoms are pretty funny.
Yeah, and I love Seinfeld. Like that's from like the '90s, but it's like my favorite TV show. I think it's great. I don't know why. It's just really like genuinely funny, and I feel like they don't overdo the jokes too much. It's really original. I like kind of the scene like in New York. I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's something my parents used to watch a lot, and so I'd see them watching it, and I think that kind of a little piece of it was kind of ingrained in me as a kid. So I really enjoy going back and watching that. When I was a kid, I I've never really been that big on TV. Like I haven't seen that much TV, but there were two shows that I watched like pretty religiously as a little kid that I think still have kind of shaped what I like in pop culture, what I like watching. One is Batman, the animated series that came out in like the '90s, I think, as well.
Oh, wow.
But I watched that as a kid, like on TV when it would come on, and I loved that show as a little kid. And to this day, I still love kind of like the old timey kind of like detective atmosphere. I love that in like my movies. I love those kind of things. So I owe that kind of to that show and watching it a lot as a kid. And the other one, which I think everybody here has seen, it's super popular, was Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I was big into that show. So
Oh,
not a
man.
big TV guy, but those couple shows, like I will always like be in support of those. Like they're really, really good. Like key elements of my childhood right there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Spencer, except for the movie, I didn't really see the Clone Wars.
Yo, what was
You. Anyway, yeah, unfortunately, other than the movie, which was actually like the first Star Wars movie I ever saw in theaters, I did not see the Clone Wars. But don't worry, I am making up for it because I've been streaming that show in my free time, and I think it's a very good show. It definitely
Okay.
does things that the prequels has. It's definitely done things that the prequels will not do, because the prequels are not very well written, but the Clone Wars is, well, at least after. Well, yeah, it's well written.
Yeah, I think
You
so.
better be careful. Episode 3 is a really good movie.
I never really.
I know, but it still has its moments.
I never really saw the Clone Wars when it was on Cartoon Network, but I
Hold
did
up,
remember.
you saw?
You know what I mean? But I did remember seeing the commercials for it while I was
Yeah.
watching other shows.
Oh yeah,
and
there were
stuff.
tons of commercials for it.
But I mean, sure, I didn't see the Clone Wars, but I did see a lot of Cartoon Network as a kid. Like some of my top childhood shows from back in the day were like the Tom and Jerry, the Looney Tunes, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, that's a great show.
Yeah, that's my sister's favorite. And then there's also Ed, and Eddie,
Oh,
great
yeah.
show. And every time I see like those shows like nowadays, it just brings me back to the good old days, when you didn't need to worry about like bills, taxes, and that kind of stuff. No, but as a grown adult, I don't really see. Much like you, Spencer, I really don't see that much TV these days. But when I do, it's mainly like the Clone Wars. And back in the day, I also did see Stranger Things back in the day too.
Hold up, you've seen Stranger Things and not Scream?
Stranger Things is great.
Yeah, I've seen Stranger Things. Granted, I haven't seen the new season of it because, well, let's just say I don't have the time to, watch season 4 because it's such a long season. So I'm still stuck in that season 3 boat. But
You
Ma-
hypocrite.
maybe I should. Maybe now that my spring classes are over, maybe I should take some more time to watch Stranger Things. Oh yes, and I also remember some other great shows that I've seen as well, like The Office. Who can go wrong with The Office? That show
I
is
never got
funny.
into that show.
I find clips of it, but I never seen it.
David, we gotta fix that, bro.
I've seen Arrested Development though.
Arrested Development.
My roommate has seen Arrested Development. There's funny parts here and there, but I've never gone into it.
Unfortunately, I did not watch Stranger Things growing up or anything like that. I only saw like the first episode, and it's not that I didn't get into it. It's just that I don't have Netflix, and yeah. But some shows that I got into when I was younger, for sure, the OG Max Steel, not the Disney XD version. That version is blasphemy. Like, I kid you not. If you watch the original Max Steel, you'll you'll say otherwise. I also watched Clone Wars, Spider-Man, the '90s animated series.
Oh, that's such a good show.
Yeah.
I was watching that one too.
As well as Batman, the animated series, Batman Beyond,
The Batman.
the
Batman was a
Batman.
good
Yep.
one too.
Yep.
What
I've
about
seen-
Brave and the Bold?
I watched Brave and the Bold on occasion. I didn't really like that one.
I mean, that
like
one
the
pays more
style of
homage to
it.
like the '60s Batman,
Huh?
or that show pays homage to like the Silver Age Batman.
Yeah, it does. Like it's just I didn't get into it, but but other shows I grew up with, let's put it this way. The way I grew up with family was very special. Like some other shows I grew up with were The Walking Dead. My mom on occasion would watch Grey's Anatomy. How to Get Away with Murder, and I promise it doesn't show you how to get away with murder.
But sure does tell you about David's mindset. Just kidding.
I watched Revenge with my mom as well. but in my adult years, I slowly drifted away from TV shows and got more into movies. But like it's very rare when I watch a show. I mean, nowadays all I watch is like Invincible and Reacher, with an occasion of like revisiting old shows I used to watch, but nothing too crazy nowadays.
I want to
I-
watch The Boys.
I did try. Oh yeah, and now I almost forgot about The Boys. Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I was thinking about that meme,
but
which I found out was from The Boys. That
Yeah.
song.
But The Boys is also another show I watched, and but like I feel like The Boys is not for the faint of heart. Like you gotta put your mind ready and to break the superhero tropes in order to watch the actual show or read the comic.
Yeah, that show's not for me.
Yeah, no, definitely not for you. But Carlos did try to get me to watch Game of Thrones. I'm not into Game of Thrones. I mean it is kind of my thing with fantasy, but like it's too much intimate scenes and whatnot for
I
me.
told you, you can just get past.
Yeah, but like it's too much for me. I don't do that. But yeah, one last show I'll mention is Spectacular Spider-Man. That was a really good show, and unfortunately only had like one season.
Yeah, I think so. I don't
Yeah.
know exactly.
Makes me very sad because I remember when I used to watch it, be so excited to watch the next episode, and then when it said season finale, I was like, okay, that's cool, and then it never came back. I was like, where's the show? And then I got Ultimate Spider-Man. I hated that show.
Hey, but Spectacular Spider-Man is in the new Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just glad Ultimate Spider-Man's not in there because Ultimate Spider-Man was. No, I did not like that show.
But Deadpool was in it.
Okay, that's the only exception. That's the only exception of the episode.
Even though we're in a streaming age, let's not forget that these channels used to have very unique bumpers. Nickelodeon had some very interesting bumpers. Cartoon Network. I don't remember if Disney did or not.
Oh no, they did. They had the.
Hi, I'm Raven from That's So Raven, and you're watching Disney Channel.
And they would,
That's
and they
right.
would draw the Mickey Mouse.
But my favorite bumpers from out of all the channels, out of all the bumpers that I've seen, the two, okay, Boomerang, the Boomerang bumpers were always my favorite, and also the Adult Swim bumpers. They were those two always had very interesting bumpers in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, bumpers is just something we're not gonna get back these days. It makes me
No.
sad because sometimes on Instagram, I look at one of those like nostalgia channels and they show like some of those old bumpers they used to air on TV. I'm just like, what have we lost? Now everything's so dull and boring. But one of the more unusual things that sometimes I would see on TV, not by virtue of me, but because my grandma would often watch these on TV, are telenovelas. Like sometimes I'll just be like minding my own business in like my grandma's house, and then she would just like be watching like whatever crazy crap was happening.
Like Rosa
What
de
it-
Guadalupe and stuff like that.
Yeah, whatever crazy stuff was happening on on the telenovela, like as you said, Rosa de Guadalupe and that.
Y soy rebelde.
I don't know exactly what all the shows that she used to watch, but I know Rosa de Guadalupe is one of them. And it just be kind of silly, just watching like these grown men and women like argue with each other and whatnot, and and we get like all these sort of these conflicts because of like something stupid or whatnot. And I feel like in those telenovelas, I mean, I didn't know at the time because it went over my head as a kid, but they would be fighting about like their spouse cheating on one another or whatnot. But it was like so over the top and over dramatic. It made kind of funnier too with the acting in Spanish as well. But, like that's just something that you're not used to seeing here in the United States in soap operas or whatnot. Like telenovelas are truly something else.
Yeah.
And with that, I mean, I'm sure none of you saw telenovelas as kids, except you. I mean, I didn't religiously watch telenovelas too. I just happened to be at the couch at the moment the telenovela was
I
on.
watched it with my mom and sister.
I feel like though in retrospect that kind of helped me to prepare to deal with some more mature topics and whatnot.
Do you know the difference between a government bond and a man? The bond matures.
And with that, I would like to thank everyone for watching our latest episode of Hidden Pockets. And I would like to give a special shout out to Spencer, our special guest today.
Thank you.
And with that, as always, make sure to leave comments below on what topics you'd like to see us cover, and stay tuned for our next episode. And once again, thank you for having us in our homes.
You mean in your homes?
Thank you for having us in your homes.
Thanks, Carlos.
Awesome. Great.